Heyo, welcome everybody. What's up? I hope you guys all had a fantastic holiday weekend. Merry Christmas to all my TG fans and viewers out there. Happy holidays. But I hope you guys are ready to get down to business and make some money this week in the final trading week of the year. I expect it to be a good one. Welcome everybody. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those that do not know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated online premium education platform that's available to the retail trader today. And at True Trading Group, results matter. We are not just empty words and broken promises. Results matter. We've got one simple goal. That is to help you guys to learn, trade, and profit. If you are new, make sure you like and share this video. But more importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Click that subscribe button right now, guys. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday. We go live totally free right here with myself, other professional traders from True Trading Group, as well as special guests. We'll drop golden nuggets and provide you guys with free lessons that are going to help you become better traders and investors immediately. Before we get things started here tonight, I'd first like to give a big shout out, a big thank you to our partners over at Benzinga. For those that don't know, Benzinga offers their own educational product and tools, yet they still fully endorse the TG platform for the massive value add that it provides for their members and their community. We are grateful to Benzinga for the opportunity to further educate their community and to offer the Benzinga Pro Newsfeed and Squawk Box feature, which is worth over $1,400 a year on its own. We offer that to all of our TG members as part of your annual membership, totally free, no additional cost. It is all included for your TG annual membership for just $11.98. I'd like to actually first read you guys a quick little message from Benzinga founder and CEO Jason Raznick. We got up on the screen here. To better serve our Benzinga community, we partnered up with the education team over at True Trading Group. If you're looking for great lessons and a fantastic community, we recommend checking them out. Sincerely, Jason Raznick, Benzinga founder and CEO. Guys, go check them out. All right, our boys over at Benzinga. All right, so folks, there you have it. If you're here from Benzinga, you're in the right place. Now, without any further ado, tonight we have a huge, and that is with all capital letters, HUGE, exclamation point, times 5. In just a minute, I'm going to be bringing on my boy, Mr. Matt Kohrs himself, to actually help with tonight's Q&A, but I have a monstrous announcement for the entire community that's on here tonight. We're going to knock your socks off with this announcement. I can't wait to share this news with you all. But why should you guys listen to anything that I talk about on these live streams? Because I'm telling you now, get out your pen, get out your paper, get out your iPad or your laptop. I'm old school. I still take notes with a pen and paper. We drop golden nuggets on these live streams each and every single day that are going to help you guys become better traders and investors. I started my career working at a fund in New York City. My very first job right out of college. I did not figure this stuff out on my own in my mother's basement. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, the stock market crash. But it was actually during that time period that I went out to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, aside from that, perhaps even more importantly now, since 2016, my team and I at TTG have literally helped thousands of traders from all around the world, from all walks of life, achieve peace of mind by reaching financial freedom, by teaching them how to trade stocks, options, and crypto. At TTG, we will teach you how to fish. We will teach you how to stand on your own 2 feet. We will teach you how to become self-sufficient traders. Regardless of what you might hear about or read about online, trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it is also not gambling either. It is a skill. It's a skill that needs to be learned like any other, especially since this is a skill that could potentially help you guys reach financial goals that you never thought were possible. Guys, I have a fantastic live stream in store for you guys here today. The Santa Claus Rally is on full effect. I've got a huge announcement. First, I'm going to be bringing on my boy, Mr. Matt Kohrs. We're going to move into a 15-minute Q&A, allow for some time for people to log on. We got some questions that some people had sent to us beforehand. You're going to be able to ask us questions here live. Then I'll spend about a quick 10, 15 minutes telling you about the TG membership. I'll go over the holiday discounts and incentives that we have to join. If you have ever been interested in the TG platform before, you're going to want to hear the discounts and incentives that we have as part of our holiday sale. That's going to be live up until midnight Pacific tonight. After midnight Pacific tonight, folks, the price jumps. So you're going to want to make sure that you guys are paying very close attention when we go over that. And then we're talking about the weekly outlook. All right, the weekly outlook and some of the best stocks that we can look to buy and for going into 2022. This week's Santa Claus Rally. Find it all out right here tonight. In order for you guys to get the most out of this live stream, though, and out of the markets in general, you need to be educated, and all of that starts right now. Then lastly, for those interested in the TG platform, yes, I use the word platform specifically. I will show you the TG platform later on in this live stream towards the end. The thing about True Trading Group, but don't confuse us with those services and programs that are out there. We're far more than a chat room with trade alerts. Okay, True Trading Group is a platform that gives you access to professional education as well as professional tools and resources that professional traders use on a daily basis, so we can help you guys make better informed decisions and level the playing field. Our goal is to empower the retail trader and to level the playing field for the retail trader. That, folks, is you. I'll show you guys that platform a little bit later on in this live. All right, so we're about to start that Q&A up here in just a moment. Guys, start typing your questions in chat right now. Do not be shy. Do not be embarrassed. There is no such thing as a stupid question. I've been doing this going on 17 years now. Believe me, I asked a hell of a lot of questions along the way. So ask questions. That's how you learn. Without any further ado, let's begin that Q&A. Start typing your questions in chat right now. All right. There he is.
What's
Mr.
going
Matt
on?
Himself.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you, man? Merry Christmas. Hope you had a fantastic little extended holiday weekend.
Yep, I hope you did as well. I always like to think of this upcoming week as the non-existent week. It's just like no one. It's a weird week, and at least in the world of stocks, I heard you talking about the Santa Rally. I think going into the first week of January, I'm hoping that seasonality plays out, and it's kind of up and up, and it's weird. What we were talking about last time, our confusion of like, oh man, that Tesla gap, and then we're like, oh, but we're too bullish. In reality, it all just came true. Like, yeah, it did fill the gap, but then yet it's also strong. So it's kind of weird how that's working out. But I think things in a lot of non-stock trading world, it's a non-existent week. This week is made up. It doesn't matter, just like our USD. But beyond that, I think in the stock market, we could have some interesting opportunity. Hopefully people have time off from work and can take advantage of it.
Yeah. I think with like sometimes what you get this last week of the year is very similar to like when you go into like Memorial Day weekend, when you go into like the July 4th holiday, if like depending on what day it falls on, because a lot of traders will take time off, they go on vacation, they're not at their desk. And what ends up happening is you actually get typically very or lower volume than normal. And sometimes that lower volume, that lower liquidity can cause exaggerated moves in either direction because you don't have people that are really on the other side of the trade. So if you have, for whatever the reason, you get a directional move in an individual stock or in the overall markets, you may not have that other side of the trade to absorb, whether it's the selling pressure coming into the downside or if it's the buying pressure coming into the upside. You don't have the full market participants, and sometimes that leads to exaggerated moves. So it's like when kind of some traders are not paying attention, there could sometimes be a lot of money to be made. So it's like when I come into these weeks and like this last week of the year, I feel like you're going to have a lot of people. You may get all of the stocks that outperformed in 2021. You may see those stocks continue higher just for straight up nothing other than window dressing. Okay. Because if you are a portfolio manager and you, for example, for whatever the reason, don't own NVIDIA, how you explain that NVIDIA is not in your portfolio in 2021 is a tough thing for a money manager to do. Yeah. So you may get some window dressing where people dump the likes of Peloton, Roku, DocuSign, Zoom, like some of the stocks that have gotten hurt going into the year. And that's like tax loss selling, but it's like, you got to replace that position with something else. And that's sometimes you see that cash kind of flow into the winners. And I think you saw some of that last week. It's like all the stocks that were your winners, they all moved higher, like Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD. They all have very strong finishes to the week. And you may see a continuation of that, especially if it's a one-sided market. So I'm excited for what this week is going to bring. And then other than that, just to close out what has been just an absolutely like historical year. I'm just excited about it.
Truly
I'm
ridiculous.
Excited about what's to come here.
Going off that a little bit, I would in no way be surprised if we see Apple, the first $3 trillion company. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit that hit. I think it's 182 and maybe 60 cents, 70 cents. It's like the high 182s right in there. We should see 3 trillion. But overall, if you're kind of new and you're like, well, hang on, like what's he talking about with the lower volume, but higher volatility with like maybe liquidity issues? If you want to know an example of that, maybe you haven't been to this time of the year before, look at pre and post market trading. That's exactly what he's talking about, except extended from 9:30 to 4, where sometimes you see wild trades, except it's 100,000 shares have been traded.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for like a real world example, just extended hours trading would be your like best thing to like kind of see, just extend it even further.
Yeah, good example. All right, folks, what do you got for us? Matt and I here to answer any and all of your questions, folks. Lay it on us.
Alrighty, what's happening this week with AMC? Well, Spider-Man crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. Already has $1 billion. Already has $1 billion. With it, it's tough. Obviously, I will always believe technicals matter. There are people in the AMC community who they're like, it doesn't matter. It's fake. They, for whatever reason, don't believe in the price. And I don't subscribe to that whatsoever. I still think it's important because no matter what, it's the price that's the money maker. That's the money maker. That's the money loser. Like I have no ability to access a different market at a different price. So this to me matters quite a bit. But we also know it's run by enthusiasm. And I think heading into this year, people coming off of the holidays, speaking of Memorial Day, that was like the last time AMC like really went absolutely nuts. People talked about it with their friends and family. We'll find out early tomorrow if people are talking about it again. But we also have the excitement of, I believe, Matrix 4 just came out. Spider-Man No Way Home is absolutely crushing it. And I think there's like a nice host of movies coming out in like January, February. So I see the enthusiasm there, but also it depends on how you want to look at it. Mike right here might be looking at it and saying, okay, I see some opportunity, a quick call play, a quick put play. That's fine. But also on my side, where I'm just invested in symbolic movement, I'm just in it. If I see it really, really weak, I'll buy more into the weakness and hope it bounces. But like, it's different because in my mind, maybe for better, for worse, but I'm like going to be whatever I need to for this particular fight against Wall Street. AMC and GME, they're just in my portfolio and they're going to stay in my portfolio. But like things like Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Nvidia, that's where we're going to be looking at the 50 moving average and the RSI and the MACD and that. It's just a little bit of a, I guess, a different split in my head, but particularly for this week, maybe I'm being cautiously, I guess, optimistic here, but I think the movie could drive some enthusiasm. The first $1 billion income of the pandemic era was the movie, and that's some solid headlines right there.
Yeah, dude, it's something like, and I forgot what movie. There was another movie, right? The Memorial Day weekend. I forgot what movie it was. Do you remember what movie it was that?
Of Memorial Day, so right before this, Shang-Chi was doing well. Before that, Venom was doing well. It might have been Black Widow.
Yes,
oh, was it Venom? Because I know those were like kind of the 4 major ones of the year.
Yeah, because like it's really becoming, every time you have like one of these blockbuster movies that come out, people rush into AMC and you get multiple days of upside. Like when Spider-Man came out, I mean, AMC lit up the board. I mean, you're getting some pretty almost like very, very predictable movements on AMC for those people that are on here that are taking a more of an active approach. Whenever you have these blockbuster movies that come out, you get great upside on AMC. And like you said, Matt, when you're looking at, from a like an excitement type of sentiment on AMC, which is really what drives this thing. It's like, what more to be excited about than $1 billion movie coming out like Spider-Man? And like you said, there is a nice kind of schedule of some pretty exciting titles that are coming out in 2022. And then I'll just add in my sense from like a technical standpoint. And this is something that you've got to be watching, is an inverse Head and Shoulders off of that $20 level. That $20 level, and Matt, you and I talked about this level like in the beginning of December when you were on our live stream and we were talking about $20, because $20 was so key because, guys, $20 was that original high from the GameStop squeeze in January. And then the $20 break in the end of May is what launched AMC into the 70s. We dropped down to that in the middle of December. We bounced off it beautifully. And then what I want to now I'm going to zoom this in just so people can get a much more clear kind of sight of this. And I want you guys to see this pattern that's starting to form here. And you may have a textbook left shoulder, head, and you can see we're not done yet, but watch for this right shoulder to develop. And if you see AMC trade in the high 20s, low 30s for a couple more days and then start to push back up to like 33, 34, which gets you up to the neckline, that would be an inverse head and shoulders. And then a break above the 200-day moving average also sits there. And it's also this level that was previously support, right? This level down here in the low 30s. You break back above that level, and you may have an inverse head and shoulders break that could take you back up into the low to mid 40s. And that's going to give active traders a wonderful opportunity to profit from maybe just swinging the stock itself, or some call options. You can go out maybe 1 or 2 months out and ride this thing for maybe 2 weeks or so if you get that break through that neckline. I think that's a technical pattern that kind of lines up kind of what we're talking about. And that's something that I have eyes on. It needs a little more time for me to form that right shoulder. But so far, I really like the pattern that I'm seeing develop. And we'll see if this pattern does play itself out within the next couple of days or week or two. Depends on how long it takes for that shoulder to develop. But I think that's a nice opportunity traders can keep an eye on.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We've been talking about the inverse head and shoulders. I was kind of like, I couldn't see it too well, but I think right around 33, 34 right there, would want to see it close above that. Ideally, a little spike in volume for confirmation. And this relates a little bit to what I seen in the comments. The only thing that I could think would rain on the parade a little bit, I believe I was reading there's a spike in flight cancellations because of like virus concerns.
Yeah.
And obviously with virus concerns, you don't want people potentially thinking they could shut down theaters. So like, I just don't know like where the media or the data is going to really run with that type of a thing. So I'm kind of closely watching that, and obviously could have an impact on Southwest, United, Delta, American, JetBlue, Alaskan, like all those. So those particularly this upcoming week, I could sense having some volatility. So we'll see. I'm also closely tracking what's going on with the yields just to see with the tech. I'm very interested in Apple, seeing if it could get that 3 trillion, and Nvidia. It's always a favorite because I trust in Pelosi never letting it go too low for me. So whenever I see little dips, I know I could buy into that one. And there was another one that last week there was something. I know AMD, like semiconductors have been doing very, very well to close out the year. It was
Micron.
I'm really actually liking the dip in gambling between Penn and DraftKings.
Oh,
like, I think they're kind of trading at a nice discount. Maybe not for an active trade. I actually picked up some Penn in my long-term account. I was like, okay, I like these levels. Like, this is something I'm more than willing to hold on to for a couple decades at this level. So definitely not an active trade for anyone who's like, oh, is he playing it for $1 or $2? No, I was just like, this is discount zone, and I'll ride this out for a couple of years at minimum.
Yeah. And I just drew it out on my screen, Matt. I don't know if you can see it or not, but if you guys go back to early 2020, you had all that resistance up at $40 on Penn. And that was those were all-time highs that all the way back here. You can see these multiple tops. And then, once you broke through it, then you got the rally, and now you pulled back, and this thing dropped, didn't quite get down to 40, but you can see we dropped down to those low 40s. And that's what, Matt was talking about, like these levels, these levels are pretty enticing. After, the fall from grace. You also had some issues in here with David Portnoy and some, not so, great looking headlines from him. So with the issues that happened there, that also put some added pressure on the stock as well. And with DraftKings, you actually have a pretty famous short seller who's been kind of going after the company with some pretty negative articles. And commentary about the company. That's put pressure on it as well. So I think that, I think these stocks have been beaten up a little bit unfairly. And of course, then you have like, the NHL, the NBA, the NFL, like postponing games, and that doesn't help them either. And it also screws up the spreads and everything in Vegas, and the lines in Vegas. And, because when you have, half the team is not able to play, it screws everything up for the lines. So these stocks have gone through a little bit of a rough patch, and they're at levels that if you guys believe in things, and like what Matt said, for the long term, the valuations down here are starting to look pretty attractive.
Yeah. And that's definitely longer term, because with it's somewhat related to AMC's. Like, if things continue to get shut down, I know it seems like, I believe the NHL is now not sending a team to the Olympics. Like, there's certain sports organizations are being concerned. And obviously when it comes to gambling, that'll have an impact. But one that I still very, very much like for long-term is pretty much well-established esports companies. Like every single quarter I read about it, just esports is growing and growing and growing. So I picked up a little bit Corsair last week, CRSR. And that has a similar head and shoulder, actually kind of like the AMC if you zoom in there, roughly
Yeah.
the same time period. So I just scooped some of that up 2 trading days ago, and I'm just basically risking 20, whatever that low was of the head. That's
Yeah.
my well-defined risk point. So it'll be more of a medium term. But if I could hold this, more than happy to. I mean, esports, like the numbers, the growth is just ridiculous.
It really
And
is.
this one, they make some of the hardware for it, like keyboards, mice, the headsets. So similar to like Logitech or what's it, Razer, Ryzen, something like that, but all kind of in that same family.
Yeah. All right, folks, what do you got? Next question. Fire away.
Someone asked, why do I look like a floating head? Because I have
I was
poor
gonna
lighting.
say, I was
That's
gonna
why.
say that to you when you first came on, and then like when your hands came up, it just
Just all hands. I'll just keep them here for the remainder. Hey guys, welcome to the TTG live stream. 1 body, an extra head, and 2 extra hands. That's how we do it.
With the elevated inflation, what sector should a person look at to add to their long-term portfolio or good solid first or second quarter swing trades? Okay, so what I'm going to be looking at next year is 2 sectors that I'm looking at to outperform the overall markets is going to be financials and healthcare. I think that next year, and I've talked about this a little bit, rising rates is good for financials. Now there's certain financials or certain banks that are a little bit more exposed to rates, that rising rates will actually benefit others better than some other banks and some other financial services companies. And I'll put together like a list of companies for you guys and which ones are most affected by rising rates. But as interest rates go up, banks make more money just by turning on the lights. So when you take a look at some of these financials, or you can take a look like the XLF ETF, which is XLF is just your financial sector. These stocks have performed actually still very well in 2021. And now you're going to be getting a rising rate environment. And I think in the rising rate environment, I think next year is going to be the year of not so sexy stocks. It's like 2020 and 2021 was the time of all the sexy high flyers. It was the Rokus and the Netflixes and the Nvidias and the AMDs. It was that. Next year, I think, is going to be a little bit more of like the old school names where you're going to find, strong earnings, where not necessarily, companies need to make money. They need to be profitable. Those are the companies that are going to outperform, that have really strong cash flow, not companies that you're investing today to get earnings growth 5 years from now. Those companies will have a little bit of a harder time seeing multiple expansion in a rising rate environment. So like I'm going to look for financials. I like Goldman Sachs. I like Morgan Stanley. I like Bank of America. There's some other more smaller regional banks that not a lot of people know about that I think are going to be like higher risk, high reward that we can look towards. But I think those are going to do well. And I also like the healthcare sector. Healthcare has underperformed, while everything has kind of been going crazy. And I think that next year is going to be a good year for healthcare. And I kind of look at the healthcare sector like I did energy back in last year. So last year at the end of 2020, I did a live stream and I kind of told everybody like some of the stocks that I liked the best going into 2021. And I said it was the energy sector. I said I thought that, oil and energy was going to have a good year. I bought OXY. I'll take you guys back to, at the time of, I still have actually the time period here when we were buying. I actually still have it down here. So OXY, I bought OXY around 1250, 1260. That stock now trading up at 29. OKE is another one. This is more natural gas, more so than oil. Occidental Petroleum is more oil. I own this one in like the mid to high 20s. That stock now up at 58. OKE actually pays a fantastic dividend as well. Chevron is another one. Great, strong dividend, great, strong, solid company. Performed very well. I own that from like in the 80s. That thing's now at 116. And then you also have Marathon Petroleum. So these are the companies that I had added. Marathon Petroleum I bought like around $6 or so. And that stock's now trading up at 16. So these are some of my best kind of performers actually, for 2021. And the way that I looked at the energy sector at the end of 2020 is kind of similar to the way that I'm looking at the healthcare sector at the end of 2021. So like one of my two sectors that I believe in for next year are actually financials and healthcare. And I think that I'm not expecting monster gains in those sectors, but I'm expecting them to outperform the overall markets next year. And I really truly believe that next year is going to be the year of the active trader, because in a rising rate environment, you guys gotta understand the entire year next year, the market is going to be digesting a major news headline, and that's inflation and rising rates. Rising rates is going to be the topic that will move the markets for the entire year. That is not going to be a news story that's going to subside over time. Like the markets got numb to COVID before Omicron. You had like that little hiccup with Delta, and then the markets did not care about COVID until Omicron. You had a little bit of a shakeup, and then now the market's like kind of back to not caring about COVID again. The markets are not going to get to a point next year where they're not going to care about interest rates. They're not going to care about inflation. So I think you're going to have tremendous volatility next year, where you're going to have days where the market could be up 800 points one day and down 1,000 points the next day. If you're a major, huge portfolio manager and you're, you manage tens of billions of dollars, you do not have the luxury or the flexibility to be long one day and short the next. You have to just sit through that volatility. Us as active traders can be long one day and short the next. And I think next year you're going to have situations where the market's going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're going to crush all of that volatility. And then all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 months are going to go by and the market's going to be exactly where it was 2 to 3 months ago. And your large portfolio managers are going to be stuck in that. And you're not going to get like the rising tide that lifts all boats like you did in 2021 and 2020 after the COVID crash. All you had to do was be in the market. It didn't really matter what you were in, just be in the market, and things went higher. So I think that it's going to be more of an active trader environment next year. That's why I'm really excited for that, because I have the luxury of going long one day and short the next. And I think that's the traders that are going to really excel and really outperform next year. So I'm really excited for 2022.
I definitely agree with you on that one. The financials, I think you hit it on the head. Excuse me. For anyone who's looking for like a particular healthcare, the one that I got into in 2020 was actually UNH, United Health Group. It's the biggest one. It's a Goliath of a health insurance company. It doesn't have the best dividend, but has a solid dividend. And it's like, barring any crazy change to the health insurance, like I guess system within the US, this is one that people park their money in. It's in a lot of like, I guess, older people's stock portfolios. You just sit and sit and sit. It's health insurance. It's a classic one. That's one I've been sitting in. And also with the rates and that, just to add, I guess, a little bit of a flavor for maybe a little bit people who have a higher risk appetite. If you truly believe in inflation and maybe you don't want to go with the way of your grandparents in gold, I think Bitcoin could have a very interesting year in general of being, if it is truly going to be considered an inflationary hedge, and if we're always getting hit with media against that, I think a lot of people might be talking about it. And if a lot of people, retail, Wall Street, start to go in investing in it, obviously price higher and higher. So I agree with them across the board, and I would just give those specific names to look into. Yeah. But speaking of the potential craziness of next year, Mike, I believe you have an announcement for the TTG fam.
Yes. Speaking of next year, guys, 2022 is going to be absolutely insane. I have a major announcement that I would like to share with you all. Actually, to help me make this announcement, I'm actually going to bring on Adam. Guys, for those that don't know, Adam is my partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. So everybody give a big shout out, big AO to Adam. Let's bring on Adam to make our announcement.
I don't want to be big. You can be big. You can be big, Mike. All right. So I'll go ahead. Let me just pull this up on screen so people can read along. 1 second. There we go. All right. Guys, Mike, hype him up on the announcement while I get this going.
Oh, guys, I mean, like I was hyping him up before too. This announcement. I got to tell you something. Out of all the announcements that I think we've made to people, I think this is going to be one that people are going to be most excited about, to be honest with you. I mean, this is something that is the Adam and I work very hard, literally on a daily basis for our teaching members. You guys know this very well. Adam, while I'm talking, you just speak to yourself because I hear an echo on my end with you. Here we go. Thanks. Yeah, because Adam, when I'm talking, like you hear me again through your audio. Adam and I are always constantly working on, what could we do to further improve on the TeachD platform for members. Like we've added so many features. We've added so many different tools and resources. We've even added like all day virtual side-by-side trading. Like just one thing that I'll talk about while Adam's just kind of preparing, and then he'll let me know when he's ready to make this announcement. But we actually have added something that when I used to work at the hedge fund, something that I used to do. I used to sit behind my boss, who was my mentor. He was also one of the partners of the fund. And I would sometimes just sit behind him and I would just watch. I would watch what he was doing. Okay. I would just watch. I would ask questions. I would see how he would react to certain scenarios. And it was a huge help for me and my development as a trader to kind of ask questions and see him live and see how he handled certain situations and how he reacted to certain things. So what we've actually done in trading, one of the things that we've added was actually the all day virtual Zoom trading with like a moderator and a member actually trading, on a Zoom call throughout the entire day together. So like these are just like little things like that. Like we always think about, okay, well, what helped me in my career to become a better trader? And then how do we implement that to the TeachD platform? So we've done a lot of stuff like that throughout 2021. And we've got a huge announcement here for 2022 that, in my opinion, greatly adds value and benefit to the TeachD platform and to all of our members. And with that said, it looks like Adam is ready to come on here and kind of share this announcement. So go ahead, Adam.
All right, mute yourself now so there's not any feedback. All right, let me pull this on the screen. All right, guys, here it is. True Trading Group plus Matt Kohrs announcement. Effective immediately, True Trading Group and Matt Kohrs are proud to announce a strategic partnership wherein Matt Kohrs will become a part-time trading moderator and educator for the True Trading Group platform, with a focus on the overall markets, social sentiment, and crypto. True Trading Group recognizes Matt's busy schedule, and his overall participation within the TTG platform will be dictated by his availability. Matt Kohrs and True Trading Group will work together to develop new courses, resources, and tools covering social sentiment, crypto, and overall markets. True Trading Group and Matt Kohrs have been collaborating for the better part of the last 6 months, and there is no doubt of the benefit that that collaboration has had on both their respective communities, including fundraising for St. Jude, the AMC Private Theater Experience giveaway, the vast market knowledge and strategies shared, which have helped to level the playing field and empower the retail trader. Both parties are hopeful that this new strategic partnership will help to further enhance and provide value to Moon Gang and to the TTG family. This is just the beginning, and more information will be available soon. The important thing to focus on right now is that we are officially welcoming Matt Kohrs to the TTG family. Together in 2021, we were able to do some amazing things. Here's to making 2022 even better. Sorry, I got tripped up on that last.
I would like to follow up with that. So, like, what does this kind of look for? Like, oh, can you tune yourself, Adam? We're echoing again. All right, so for the Moon Gang in here, the TTG fam in here, what's this look like and how did this even come about? So obviously I've been hanging out with Mike publicly here, and then all three of us, Mike, Adam, and myself, talking about things in the background throughout the year, and it's been a great learning experience. We thought with this, it's a unique situation for the Moon Gang and TTG to get two different perspectives on the exact same thing. You have much more of the veteran service of Mike, and then me being like deep into the social sentiment world. So on the exact same event, you're just going to get two opinions on many, many things. So in reality, you're going to see me streaming more with the availability of my schedule. I'm going to be dropping in when I possibly can. We also have exciting things related to the world of crypto in the works that will be announced. But for me, when this was being discussed, and this has been in the work for months now, the thing that pushed me over the edge, and Mike and Adam can share their opinions, speaking from the Moon Gang, what I'm legitimately most proud of, and this is in a year where I quit my job, took the leap of faith, started live streaming, could barely speak, we're shaking up Wall Street on news and everything. From the bottom of the heart, the thing that got me to where I am right now, of like agreeing to this or this partnership that we have going, is the fact that like within 3 to 5 days, we raised $20,000 for St. Jude. And that was starting. Like that was just like, I called them up. I was like, guys, on stream, I like just did this. Like, what do you think? And they're like, oh, we heard about that. That was cool. Like that randomly happened on stream. I can't imagine what the combination of Moon Gang and TTG could possibly do together with actual foresight and not me just yammering on a stream. And before I know it, we donated $20,000 in like 3 days to St. Jude. So with foresight and planning, I think that'll be great for the trading community and get a good name for the retail world out there. And then in reality, for everyone in those two communities, you get two opinions. You get multiple opinions from different people, and you might agree with one without the other. We're just doing our best to give skills and a tool set to retail to make you more successful. We're going to do our best, and we are actually very, very hopeful and confident that it'll pay off in spades for everyone who's actively participating in both communities.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well said, Matt. I'll just, I'm going to add to everything that Matt is saying, guys. It's like, it's no secret that, wherever, Matt's been a guest on these live streams many times, and Matt and I always have, fantastic dialogue from, like you said, two different approaches to the market and two different styles. And I think that like, that's one of the things about True Trading Group is that, it's not just me. There, for those that don't know, there's 8 other professional traders that are in chat as well that all have different styles and strategies. I think it's very important for retail traders to get exposure to different styles, different opinions, different strategies to help them really find their own trader identity. And at the end of the day, the one thing that right from the get-go that became very, very clear to Adam and I at True Trading Group, and then also, I think, and don't mean to speak for Matt, but it's something he said before as well, is that we both have that same goal to really empower the retail trader and the retail investor and community. And I always keep telling people that, my goal is for, I want True Trading Group to be the reason why the term dumb money no longer exists. Because, in the institutional world and the Wall Street community, they refer to themselves as smart money, and they refer to all the mom and pops with E-Trade accounts and Robinhood accounts. They refer to them as dumb money. And I want to be the reason, okay, and Matt, I'm sure, also wants to be the reason why the term dumb money never gets used again. And that's why we built this platform that gives traders not only this similar education that I got when I actually worked on Wall Street, but also give you guys access to tools and resources that professional traders use to help you make better informed decisions so that you can level the playing field when you guys are going into the markets and you're trying to, profit and make money, so that it's not just, the big Wall Street heads just stealing from your hardworking Americans and your hardworking, all my international viewers that are out there as well. And I think that this partnership here with Matt, just brings together just two large communities of motivated, dedicated, and now educated and just powerful retail traders and investors. And I think that, getting the perspective of now someone who's very deeply tied into the social media and social sentiment of the markets, and also with crypto, I'll be the first to tell you guys, I'm not an expert on crypto. Matt brings much more expertise in the crypto markets. And I think that this is going to be something that, and we have other announcements coming, guys, with regarding to crypto. So I told you 2022 is going to be really exciting. We've got some really cool stuff that is in the works regarding crypto as well. But I think this is going to be something that's going to be really, really big. Matt, can you talk a little bit about your crypto stream? Adam was telling me about your crypto stream, if you want to.
Oh yeah, so this got rocking. We're kind of working out the cobwebs. That's what December was for, and we're like really running with it in January. But I just found it especially it kind of started like I started in crypto in college because it was the only way I could gamble. I had to switch over to Bitcoin, but that's a story. Like I had way too much Bitcoin, and if I just held it all, I'd be a multi-millionaire now, but whatever. Let bygones be bygones. I didn't want to talk about that part of it. But I've been in it for a bit, and we were talking about it, and I've casually mentioned it throughout like the year because of course Doge went crazy, she went crazy. But now, especially through the world of NFTs, which AMC has been offering their NFTs, and then GameStop rumored to be building out an NFT marketplace. It was a very natural fit. And then from there, the amount of questions I got just exploded. Like, just like, what's this one? What does this mean? And in the world of stocks, yeah, okay, it does deviate into options and that type of stuff. But crypto, there's so much going on. Like you could be talking about NFTs, you could be talking about buying real estate near Snoop in the metaverse, then you could talk about investing in the high volatility ones. You have DAO protocols. It's just so vast, and rightfully so. There's a lot of questions. So I kind of worked it in my schedule that I have my normal morning show, my power hour show, and now we just have a new crypto show. So it's much shorter. It's like 30 minutes or less. And it's just what's going on in the world of crypto. And then sometimes when it's a little bit more quiet, I'll just fully break down like one crypto project. For example, the most recent one was Avalanche, AVAX. It's very similar to Ethereum. It's just basically, it's awesome, cool technology, but a lot cheaper gas fee. So I just dropped into that. And with it, I have a passion for it and I want to share it. Of course, like that stuff, it's just on my YouTube channel. And then with TTG, I brought it up to Adam, I brought it up to Mike, and they liked it. They liked the things going on in the background. And then that led to other interesting conversations. And we're working on some engineering things in the background, but within a little bit, don't hold your breath on it. It will be out soon, but some awesome crypto announcements coming for everyone among the two communities.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm excited. I think 2022, Matt, I'm excited to have you part of the team, man. You've been like the unofficial member of the TGD family for the last few months. So it's good to I feel like, you're like my brother-in-law now. It's like the official now member of the TT family. So
the wedding was just pushed off for COVID. Like we had it planned, and then it just got pushed back a little bit, but it happened. And now, hey, we'll just all be on that moon colony together. It works out. In the end, it always works out.
Exactly. Guys, all my TTG members, all my family members that are on here tonight, your family just got one person bigger. Everybody that is a member of the TTG fam, welcome Matt to the TTG family. Give this man the official this way. Give this man the official welcome to the TTG family.
I appreciate it. And Moon Gang, if you're in here, it'll be exciting. The collaborations we have, the plans we have, from the markets all the way to charity events to everything in between, just some fun things. Hey, there's power in numbers. And I think when you have this many people, in my opinion, lining up on the right side of morality, just trying to do the good for the fellow retail trader, the ceiling's the moon, folks. That's where we're going. That's the ceiling.
That's the ceiling. Where are we going? Moon. I like it. Awesome, Matt. Well, listen, bro.
Thank you. I'm
excited for us to have finally made this official. It's something that I think it's been a long time coming, and I'm excited for 2022 and beyond, and the things we're gonna do for the retail community. They ain't seen nothing yet. I'm excited. So,
well, Adam, if you're still listening, shout out to the TTG fam, Moon Gang. If you're in here, shout out to all of you. Adam, your echo, man. So you got to get a tech guy.
Yeah, his echo it's bad. I thought it was bad for me. When you came on, it was even worse.
All right. Well, there he goes. All right.
He's hiding. He's not coming back. He's just going to curl up and be like, oh, my echo.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, here's to 2022. We have a couple days left for this week. I hope everyone listening right now absolutely crushes it. Be safe. If not, at least have fun on New Year's. And then 2022 is going to be our year. Let's do this thing. Thank you.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you, man. I'll see you now on a regular basis.
See you soon. Have a good one, everyone.
Take it easy, bro. Have a good night. All right, folks. There you go, guys. So that's it. So there's our announcement. I'm really excited to have Matt part of the team. Another just phenomenal trader just coming on to the TTG platform to provide his knowledge, his experience, his expertise to the TTG community, and Moon Gang and the TTG fam, us coming together, I think is something that it makes sense. And I'm excited for what is to come. All right. Very much. Guys, I'd like to know who is not a member. I'd actually like to see who's on the live stream right now that's not a member of True Trading Group, or maybe this is your first live stream. Guys, type the number 1 in chat if you're not a member, or maybe this is your first live stream. Type the number 1. All right, we got Maria Youngman. We got Jay Harrow, M.I. Smooth. We got Willers, Elizabeth Stevens, Scott Caroon, AMC Trapper, Tyler Durden, Duff Beers, Anine W., Emika Herrera, Elizabeth Stevens. We got Joel Sargent, Jordy Volsi, Audrey White Store, QKH, Claudia LeQuinn, David McAllister, Ozzy Reggie, Brett McDaniel, Godfrey Phillip, B. Roos, Elidio Farias, Alfredo, Timothy McNally, Dusty Apartment Entertainment, JP, Jack Lee, Easy Does It. Guys, this is great. This is great. Aman Vic, this is beautiful. A lot of members are typing the number 1 in chat. Guys, welcome all of you guys that are brand new. You guys have no idea how fortunate you are to be right here, right now. You'll soon understand. Trust me. Okay, at True Trading Group, results matter. Results matter. We are not just about empty words and broken promises. Results matter. And, result could be defined as an effective consequence or an outcome of something. Just stay put, folks. All right, stay put. I'll talk to you a little bit about the TC membership for those that are asking. I see a lot of people asking about how do I join and what's the price and all of this. I'll tell you guys about that in just a second here. But guys, stay put. We're going to get into the overall markets, the Santa Claus Rally, what to expect next year. We're going to get into that in just a moment. Let me tell you a little quickly about how to join the platform if you guys are interested. It'll take about 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to dive into how we're going to make some money this week. I'll tell you my whole plan on how I plan on making money this week. So I was talking about results. Results matter. And a result, an example would be, an effect of you joining True Trading Group, actually putting in an effort, taking the courses, passing the exams, using the tools, joining the study groups and the workshops. You statistically have a very good chance of making money and, more importantly, becoming a better trader. And if you guys don't believe me, understand it doesn't mean much coming from me. Let me actually ask members themselves. Guys, if you are a member of True Trading Group, you are a member and you're making money or you're becoming a better trader, go ahead, type the number 1 in chat right now. Now, anyone that said they're not a member, I want you to pay very close attention right here. Pay attention to how many number 1s come through the side of the screen. Because the number 1s you're about to see, this is what results look like. These are teaching members telling you they're making money, they're becoming better traders. If they can do it, so can you, folks. They found True Trading Group the same way you did, and that's a live stream. Okay, so I like, when it comes to these type of things, I can sit here and say, oh yeah, my members are successful until I'm blue in the face. Doesn't mean much. I want my members to tell you themselves firsthand. Are they having success? There it is. That is what results look like. Results matter at TTG. Another example of a result would be, and I don't make these numbers up. You guys can look up these numbers yourselves. By you trying to figure out the stock market game on your own, you actually have a 90% chance of failing at this. And I tell you that not because I think that True Trading Group is the only way for you to become successful. It's not the only way, but I do think it's one of, if not the best option for everyone of all skill levels, from all walks of life, to give themselves the best chance to be consistently profitable. That is what we do here, folks. We help people reach their goals of becoming consistently profitable by combining a professional level education, which is what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. And we combine that with premium tools and resources from companies like TradingView, Benzinga, Quote Media, Trade Ideas, and more. We are a community that shares the same goal, and that's to learn, trade, and profit together. All right. So like I said, folks, in about 10, 15 minutes, I'll share with you guys how I plan on making money this week. We'll talk about the Santa Claus Rally and what to expect going into this final trading week of the year. But first, the membership. At TTG, it is our goal to level the playing field for the retail member. The retail trader, rather. Okay. Now that includes a continued effort from us to ensure that the TTG platform remains within reach financially for most retail investors from all walks of life. Because of that, we're slowly moving the price of our membership up to $22.12. Don't freak out because we're not there yet. It does not cost $22.12. Okay. That's our normal membership price. But as part of our holiday sale, tonight's price is $11.98. That is a 45% discount. But at midnight Pacific tonight, that price jumps. That price is going to jump well over $1,200 and is going to continue to climb until we get into next year, where that price will go back up to $22.12. Okay, $11.98 is the cheapest price you guys are going to have access to the platform for. There's not going to be a bigger New Year's sale or anything like that. $11.98 is the cheapest price. Then at midnight Pacific tonight, the price actually goes up. All right, that one-year membership is normally $22.12. The next 30 people to sign up tonight, you guys can go to ttgoffer.com. and use the coupon code TTG121. All right, that coupon code is going to get you the 45% discount, but it will also get you 2 small private study group sessions with a pro trader at True Trading Group, so we can answer your questions, go over topics and lessons you're struggling with, so we can speed up your learning curve. You are also going to have a chance to earn a brand new free laptop upon becoming TTG certified. Becoming TTG certified is a badge of honor for our members. You get a certificate. You get a green check mark next to your username in chat. It lets people know that you have completed all of our courses and you have passed all of our quizzes. This is a simplified and expanded upon version of the education I received when I worked at the fund in New York. So upon becoming TTG certified, we will immediately send you a brand new free laptop for the next 30 people that use the coupon code TTG121. The process of becoming TTG certified on average takes about 4 to 6 weeks, but I've seen it done way faster. It is all up to how much time you put towards it. The curriculum is available 24/7, 365. It goes at your own pace, on your own schedule, so no matter how much time you don't have, if you want it bad enough, there's no excuse. Okay, you just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121. You'll get the 45% discount. The price goes up at midnight tonight. You get 2 small private study groups, and you're going to get a chance to earn that brand new free laptop. But also, as part of our holiday sale, I told you results matter at True Trading Group, and I mean it. And to prove to you how much that results matter at True Trading Group, we offer a complete full money back guarantee. But it is not just any money back guarantee. At True Trading Group, we are so confident in our ability to help you succeed that if you go through all of our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend 1 study group, that is all I ask of you. Give me a little effort. Give me a little energy. This is a skill set that can potentially change your life. I'm not exaggerating. It deserves your time, your energy, and your effort. So if you're willing to put in that time, energy, and effort and commit to True Trading Group, we will commit back to you. If you do not make back your membership fee at least once, that's $1,198. If you do not make that back at least once after doing those 3 things, not only will I give you the $1,198 back, I'm going to give you an extra $1,000 on top. So I'm going to give you back $2,198. That is how much I believe in this platform. That is how much I put my money where my mouth is. That is how I prove it to you. Our refund rate since 2017 is 1.78%. We have never denied anyone that has gone through the courses, passed the quizzes, and attended a study group and failed to make their membership fee back at least once and requested a refund. We have never denied a single person of that refund. That is how I prove to you that results matter. That is how I prove to you that I put my money where my mouth is. All right. Now, let me tell you guys what's included with your membership, because with TTG, it's an all-inclusive membership. You pay one price, you get access to everything that we have. So you're going to get our 17-course curriculum. It's beginner and foundation courses for those that are brand new. There's advanced courses for those that are experienced. And then you have options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto. It's all in text and video format, whichever is easy for you guys to learn. Remember, this is a simplified and expanded upon version what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. Okay, so you're getting a professional level education. You also have access to our trading performance journal, which actually tracks all of your trading and gives you stats and data so you can see what you're doing wrong. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feeds. You can get news as soon as it crosses the wire without delay. Quote Media's full book level 2, so you can see all of the market makers. A simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data, so you guys can actually practice what you're learning in the courses. Our Trade Ideas scanner, which is one of the industry-leading scanners to make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks. Our chat room, of course, with all of our alerts from a group of professional traders that's sporting over an 80% win rate. We're fully transparent. We keep a trading journal on our website that tracks every buy and sell that all of our moderators make, so you can go see for yourself firsthand how you'd be doing if you followed those alerts. You get access to all of our workshops and our webinars. We just added real-time options flow and dark pool data to the platform. You get those 2 small private study groups I told you about. We do a lot of huge giveaways with members. We give away cash. We give away electronics. In 2021, we gave away over $1 million of cash and electronics to our TTG family. You just have to be a member to be included in those giveaways now going forward. We have social sentiment scanners. We've got analyst ratings. All of that is included when you guys just pay $11.98. So you just got to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. You get a 45% discount. You get 2 small private study groups, a chance to earn the free laptop, the money back guarantee, plus $1,000 on top. But you got to do it before midnight Pacific tonight because then the price goes up. Okay? So there you have it, folks. All right? If anybody has any questions about the membership or you're having a hard time signing up, you can send a text message right now to 201-775-9702. Again, 201-775. That number is right here at the bottom of your screen. 201-775-9702. All right. Don't call that number. Text that number. Okay. If you're having problems with signing up or you have questions, you guys can fire away and send a text to that phone number. Okay. I love your vibe, man, but there is no way anyone with a full schedule or small account can benefit from this cash grab. Oof, Edward, my man. Edward Jensen. Okay, I'm actually really glad that you just asked that question, Edward, because these are two huge misconceptions when it comes to trading, that people think with a full schedule and with a small account that you can't do this. It's actually anything. You can't be any further. That can't be any further from the truth. And honestly, don't take this from me, Edward. It's easy for me to say this because I do this full time and I have a large account. So it's easy for me to say that. Don't take it from me. Edward and anybody else that has these same concerns, watch very closely because I'm going to ask members themselves. The majority of our members work full-time jobs. That's first and foremost. All right. When you join True Trading Group, you're going to get access to a variety of different trading styles. We day trade every day. We also swing trade every day. We also have a mobile app that you can put on your cell phone, iPhone and Android, that allows you to actually stay connected to our chat room, even if you're not in front of your computer. You can see the screen share. You can hear the audio analysis because we're live on the microphone and we share our screen with you during the day. But most importantly, Edward, whenever one of our moderators enters or exits a trade, you get a real-time push notification sent through that mobile app. This is how our members are able to work full-time jobs and still make money with TTG. And if you don't believe me, Edward, and I understand if you don't, watch this. Guys, if you are a member of True Trading Group, and very simple, you have a full-time job and you are making money, I want you to type the letter I and tell me what you do for a living. Type the letter I and tell me what you do for a living. Edward, pay attention, please, to the comments you're about to see come through the screen. These are TTG members telling you what they do for a living. Here we go. I'm on the other side of the world. I'm on the other side of the world. I'm a full-time mom, CPA, and I'm learning and making money with True Trading. Chris Bottas is a school janitor. We have a registered nurse, consulting engineer, property insurance adjuster, construction project manager, real estate sales manager, electrician, a fleet manager working 60 hours a week, and I trade every day with TTG. An auto mechanic. It does work, says Dobbs. A contractor, real estate developer, chemical sales, a professor. I own my own marketing company, a truck driver. I'm a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. Construction, a police detective sergeant working 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. West Coast, super busy schedule, and I still manage to trade and make money. My boy, Nick Lowry. Construction, full-time trader now, Memphis Street Talk, congratulations. Insurance rep, business owner, supervisor, agility coach, a pastor on an Indian reservation, city transit director. You guys get the hint, right? Edward, so there you go. Okay, these are teaching members telling you that they're making money, they work full-time jobs. If they can do it, so can you. Now, your other question about the small account, okay? I started with $500 part-time carpenter and just under 2 years accounts at $90,000 in just under 2 years. Daryl, that's incredible. That is incredible. Congratulations, Daryl. Congratulations, Daryl. Now, Edward, let me address the second part of your question about the small account. Because again, a lot of our members have small accounts, and a very common misconception is that you need to have thousands and tens of thousands of dollars in your account to make money in the markets. It's not true. The only thing you need more than $25,000 for is to have a margin account and not be under the PDT rule. That's it. But you don't need to have a margin account in order to trade. You also don't need to be out of PDT rule in order to trade. And to prove that to you, it all just depends on the style and the strategy that you implement. Let's ask my members themselves. Guys, if you are a member of True Trading Group and you started with less than $1,000 in your account, I want you to sound off in chat right now. Tell me what you started with. And if you don't mind, tell me where you're at now. Tell me what you started with and tell me where you're at now. Guys, go ahead. Fire away in chat. Edward, again, pay attention. Because, again, I know that it doesn't mean much coming from me when I say, oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can have a small account. Doesn't mean much coming from me. I understand that. But watch what members have to say themselves. Chris started with $500. Eric, $400 to just over $39,000. Thomas started with $500. Sherry from $1,000 to $51K. That's incredible. Aleka P started with $100. Dean started with $1,000 exactly. Nick Lowry started with $500, is now currently over $50,000. Darren Vito started with $4,500, is now over $89,000. That's incredible. Crazy by Nature started with $500. Barry Short Long Bull from $100 to $85K. That's insane. $250 to $800 for Evolution. Hogjaw started with about $24,000, is now at $324,000. $225 for Ty, now at $6,500. Diane Fig started with $100. Whipsaw Jackson, $450, now over $1,800. I Am Hestia started with $500, is now over $20K, just based on what they have learned watching these live streams. Incredible. Okay? You listen, Edward, you get the hint. You get the point, really, right? You see what members are saying. So again, they're valid concerns, Edward. I get it, but it's not true. There are other styles and other strategies that you can implement as a trader, whether you work a full-time job or if you have a small account. You just have to understand what type of styles and strategies will work for you. And we have actually conducted several live workshops. Myself, I've conducted live workshops with members called How to Grow a Small Account. And all I do, there's several workshops that we have done. They're all in our video library. You can go check them out as a member, Edward. Okay? You can go check them out as a member. And I talk to people about specifically how to grow a small account, what trading styles you want to implement, what stocks and what options should you be trading, what are some rules you should implement in your trading to help you grow that small account. Yes, it is possible working a full-time job. Yes, it's possible with a small account. My members are living, breathing proof of that. Okay. I like asking my members themselves for those types of answers, because I understand if I just come up here and I'm like, no, you can do it with a small account, easy for me to say. And I understand that. That's why I have members answer the question for you. Okay. So Edward, I hope this was helpful. Okay. I hope this really helps kind of maybe ease your concerns a little bit. Because again, guys, the price is going up at midnight tonight. You can go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121. Don't forget, you have a money back guarantee also. Okay. So if you do not make your membership fee back at least once, which is $11.98, after you go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend the study group, I'm going to give you back $2,198. Results matter at True Trading Group, and that's how I prove it to you guys. All right. All right, folks. Okay, let's talk about how we're going to make some money this week now. Okay, let's do a quick check. Let me do a quick check on the futures market. Last I checked before the live stream, the futures were flat. We're up ever so slightly. Let me just take a quick check and see where we're up 1/10. We're up 1/10 of a point, nothing crazy. We're at 47.21, just under 47.21, 47.20.75. So we're just under 47.21 on the S&P. So we are still just underneath those all-time highs. All right, I'll take you guys over to my charts and we'll talk about how we're going to make some money this week. I'll tell you exactly what I think the market's going to do. So you very clearly have resistance, 472.50 up to 473. Okay, this is a pretty well-defined triple top. Okay, pretty well-defined triple top. There's your first top. That's your all-time high. There's your second top. That's your test of your all-time high. And then you had the failed move, which was mostly related to Omicron fears, which caused that sell-off. And the markets just ripped face right back up as Omicron fears started to subside. Okay, so as Omicron fears started to subside. So there's your resistance level there on the SPY. That's your all-time highs. Now, what I believe is that the markets have made too big of a move in 4 days. Everybody welcome Peter. Peter's the first newest member of the Teachy family, aside from Matt Kohrs. Welcome Matt Kohrs as part of the family, but now we got to welcome Peter. Peter, the newest member of the TTG family. There's now only 29 of those laptops left. So again, guys, you can go to ttgoffer.com, use the code TTG121, and that'll get you guys the 45% discount, the 2 private study groups so we can speed up your learning curve, but also the chance to earn that free laptop. And of course, the money back guarantee with an extra $1,000 back on top of that. Remember, the price is going to jump up over $1,200 at midnight Pacific tonight, folks. So only have a few hours left to take advantage of this holiday sale while the price is still under $1,200. All right? There you have it. Welcome, Peter. Now, back to the SPY. This is a huge move. Okay, the SPY went from 452 to 472 in 4 days. That's a 20-point move in 4 days. That is massive. That is, I think, the biggest 4-day move that the markets had the entire year of 2021. I'd have to go back and kind of check on this, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see. 424. Yep. That's the biggest 4-day move the markets have had in the entire year. Okay. Now, for the markets to rip like that right into a major level of resistance, I believe the markets are going to pull back to start the week to set up for a push through your all-time high. Okay. I fully expect some crazy COVID headlines next week. I think that with the holiday weekend, you're going to get a massive surge of COVID cases. Be prepared for there to be over 300,000 cases in one day in the United States. I think that is something everybody should just prepare themselves for. I do believe that we're going to see those type of numbers. Hell, we might even get over 400,000 in one day. I don't know. Between the Christmas holiday and then New Year's and during the, everyone getting together for gatherings and then going right into the spike in the US, I think you're going to see that. The UK is putting numbers up over 100,000 in one day. If the UK is doing over 100K, I expect the United States to be over 300K in a day. So expect those numbers. It might initially cause a knee-jerk reaction in the overall markets. But the thing that you have to pay attention to, as long as there's no lockdowns in the United States, the caseload in South Africa is actually dropping significantly. Everybody welcome Mark. Welcome Mark. 28 of those laptops now remain. Everybody welcome Mark. You guys can go to ttgoffer.com. Remember, just enter the code TTG121. You'll get that 45% discount, the 2 private study groups, the chance to earn the free laptop, and that money back guarantee plus $1,000. Everybody welcome Mark. Guys, the price goes up at midnight. I'm telling you guys this now. There's not going to be a New Year's sale cheaper than $11.98. Okay, this is the last chance you guys have of getting a membership to the True Trading Group platform for less than $1,200. All right, let's take advantage of it. So I think the markets to start the week, I think the markets need to consolidate. Now, I am looking for a red day, but I'm not looking for this like huge sell-off. I'm looking for the markets to just do just breathe. I want the markets to just breathe for maybe 2 days and just pause right here. Maybe pull back to 466, 467, and just a little bit of a pullback off of that 472, 473 all-time high and recharge its battery. Recharge its battery, because I think if we attempt 473 tomorrow, I think the market's overextended, and I don't believe it's going to be a break that's going to give you follow through, and I don't think we'll push to 475, 476. I think the markets will be too tired after the rally we experienced last week. I think the markets need to rest, pull back, trade sideways, and then push to all-time highs. So I think that's something that we're going to see to start the week, and then we can finish off. Then I think we can finish off the Santa Claus Rally into the end of the year, and then finish maybe the final trading day of the year, which is Friday. We can maybe finish Friday at an all-time high. And I think you're going to get maybe a Monday, Tuesday pullback consolidation, and then a Wednesday, Thursday break of the all-time high and close the week and close the year. What has been a historical year, it would only be so fitting to close a historical year at a historical high. And that is what I think you're going to see to finish out the end of the year. That's how I'm going to be prepared. That's how I'm going to trade it. Okay, so I'm looking for maybe a pullback and a reset. And the level that I would love to see reset and hold, that I would love to see, and I'm on a 15-minute chart for you guys right now, is right here. This 466.50 to 467. I would love to see this area hold. This is Wednesday's prior highs, where we had resistance. Then we finally broke through, and then we had the gap up. So I'm looking for Wednesday's prior highs, but then this is also this gap fill, right? That's also this gap fill. Everybody welcome Javen. Everybody welcome Javen to the TTG3 1-week trial membership. For those wondering, we do have a 1-week trial if you're interested. All right, it's only $3, guys. Our trial is only $3. We charge $3 to make sure you're a real person. You can come in, you can trade with us for a full week. Holidays and weekends don't count. So even if you guys join right now, you will get the full, you will get a full week. So you guys can go to ttgthree.com. Again, ttgthree.com. All right. It's a one-time payment of $3. No auto renew, no reoccurring payment, none of that garbage. Okay. Just a one-time payment of $3. We charge $3. Make sure you're a real person. Again, ttgthree.com. If you guys want to join us for a 1-week trial. All right. So I'm looking for a pullback and a reset. 466.50, 467 is kind of the area that I'm looking for. All right. So we can pull back to that level. Maybe also Wednesday's close and fill the gap from Thursday. That's a level I'm also going to be watching. So if I zoom in just a little bit closer, this level right here fills the gap. That's just underneath 468. So just a little pullback. Nothing crazy, guys. Just a little pullback right into here. Just give me a nice little pullback right into this level. Find support. Hold it Monday, Tuesday. Then you can look for call options Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you can look for that extension. The only thing that I think jeopardizes that move are your COVID headline, your COVID case headlines, because I think you're going to get some pretty crazy COVID numbers going into next week, after everybody was getting together for the holiday weekend. Okay. So maybe you get a knee-jerk reaction to some of those news headlines. Everybody welcome Maxine. Welcome Maxine, folks. 27 of those laptops left now. Everybody welcome Maxine. 27 laptops now remain. Again, ttgoffer.com. All right. Use the coupon code TTG121. TTG121. That'll get you the 45% discount, the 2 small private study groups, a chance to earn the free laptop, and the money back guarantee. All right. Welcome Maxine, newest member of the group. All right. And then, folks, now we can kind of round things up. Let's talk about, what do I think about 2022, right? I'll do a more in-depth live stream for you guys as the week unfolds, as we get into the end of the year, kind of my 2021 year-end recap and kind of a preview of what I think 2022 is going to be like. And I mean this with complete wholeheartedness and genuineness, that I really firmly believe that 2022 is going to be the year of the active trader. The year of the active trader. And what do I mean by that? I think that if you have sat by idle and have watched the markets climb to all-time highs seemingly almost every week in the year 2021, and you have sat on the sidelines and you have watched everybody else make money, that you're doing yourself a massive injustice by now just parking your money into the markets in mutual funds and just kind of sitting there and seeing what the markets do next year, because the S&P 500 gains 23% this year. That's the highest. This is historical gains for the S&P 500 in one calendar year. I don't think you're going to see that next year. What I think you're going to see next year is active traders, people that are going to be long one week and short the next. Those are going to be the traders that I think are going to outperform everyone next year. Just like Eric and Paul. Eric and Paul will be with us. Eric and Paul, welcome to the TGD family. Eric and Paul, welcome, folks. There's now 25 of those laptops left. Welcome Eric and Paul, the newest members of the TGD family. Because what I believe you're going to get next year is I believe next year you're going to get, the markets are going to try to be digesting for the first time in a long time, a rising rate environment with inflation. We have not had that in a very long time. A lot of people on this live stream have never experienced a rising rate environment with inflation. There's a lot of people that just got involved in the markets over the last 2 years because of COVID, because of AMC and GameStop, because of crypto, because of the markets at all-time highs that have never experienced that environment. And the markets for the entire year are going to be digesting inflation data with earnings growth and a reopening of the economy, which I think will be very strong next year. I think the economy will be very strong next year as we fully, completely open and COVID is fully, finally behind us. I do believe this wave that we're experiencing right now, I mean, hell, I'm not a medical professional, but from the medical professionals that I do listen to, and there's some medical professionals that I don't listen to at all, there's other medical professionals that I do listen to, and the people that I listen to have been dead right so far on their calls with the overall markets, and Dr. Gottlieb is one of them. Dr. Gottlieb has been spot on about this Omicron and about COVID and Delta and everything else that has kind of taken place, and he believes that the Omicron wave is going to be the final wave to get us to a herd immunity on a global scale, and thinks that it'll be the final wave to where the pandemic can end, and then it becomes the virus becomes kind of endemic or was it epidemic or endemic? But the pandemic label gets removed, and economies are allowed to open fully without any hesitation, without any slowdown, without any delay, without any fear from a consumer. And that's going to give you a strong economy. But you're going to have in the face of that inflation with a rising rate environment. The market's going to be digesting that. And I think that push-pull in the markets is going to create big moves up, big moves down, big moves up, big moves down. And you might go an entire month of crazy volatility where we're up 800 points one day, we're down 900 the next. We're going to make a ton of money as active traders buying call options on the day that we're up, buying put options on the day that we're down. And your hedge fund managers and your money managers are just going to have to sit there and eat that. I think the average hedge fund return next year will be single digits. You guys can write this down now. Go exactly 1 year from now, we can look at December 26th of 2022. And I'm willing to bet you that the average hedge fund return next year will be less than 10%. Because the market's going to do a lot of this. And big hedge funds are not able to be long one day and then short the next. We are. That's why I think next year is the year of the active trader. So what you're going to get a lot of people that are uneducated that sat on the sideline while the markets went to all-time highs in 2021 and missed out on literally a historic gain in the overall markets. And because they were scared of COVID, because they weren't educated enough to understand that this is actually the perfect scenario for the market to continue higher because of other factors outside of COVID that they did not understand with regards to stimulus and monetary policy, the Federal Reserve, fiscal stimulus and monetary stimulus. They didn't understand why the markets were moving higher, and they sat on the sidelines. Now they're going to say next year, oh, COVID's over, so this must be the green light. Now I can invest in the markets. And you're going to sit there and you're going to go, I only made 6%? What? What the hell? The stock market's a scam. This is BS. No, it's not. You guys have to get educated now so you could outperform. How good are you going to feel next year? And I'm not exaggerating in the slightest bit. How good are you going to feel next year when you have a better rate of return than hedge fund managers? Because that's what's going to happen next year. I firmly, truly believe that you, the retail trader, can outperform Wall Street hedge fund managers next year. Because that's the market environment I think we're going to be in. I got news for you. You're not going to do it if you're not educated. Don't wait. Get educated now. So when we get that volatility, we can actually profit from it, because I'm going to be going nuts next year. I think this volatility is going to be just phenomenal. You're going to get good news, bad news, good news, bad news, good news, bad news. And I'm going to love it. When the market's going to shift, look at the volatility that the SPY gave you just in the month of December. Look what happens when you get bad news, good news, bad news, good news. This is what you're going to see next year, my opinion. And hedge fund managers are going to have to sit through that. Maybe you guys can go and buy stock in the company that makes Dramamine, because all of your Wall Street professionals are going to be seasick next year from the up and down, while we, the active trader, are going to be taking their money. This is what I believe the market environment is going to be next year, and I could never be more excited for it. Then you also have the chance of the Federal Reserve being wrong about inflation. And I'll tell you guys this now. I'll share this with you now. One of my highest conviction trades of next year. I'll share it with you guys now. One of my highest conviction trades next year. The Federal Reserve has already told everybody that they're going to raise rates at least 3 times next year. And if they're able to do on their schedule, they're going to be at 0.9% interest rate at the end of 2022. 0.9% is still extremely low for those who don't understand that. That's why when the Fed made that announcement, the markets actually rallied. This is the day that the Fed announced we're going to raise rates 3 times, and we're going to be at 0.9% at the end of 2022. The reason why the markets rallied like that, because the markets loved that this Fed is only going to be at 0.9. A lot of people thought they were going to be at 1.5 by the end of next year. They're only said they're going to be at 0.9. So if the Fed is right and they only raise rates 3 times and they finish at 0.9, then there should never be a moment next year that the Fed raises rates back to back. So one of my highest conviction trades is if you get an event, the first interest rate hike, not going to be that crazy because it's going to be forecasted by the Fed. They will tell you it is coming. It's not going to be a surprise to the market. The market's going to expect a rate hike and the Fed's going to give it to them. That's not going to be a surprise. But if the Fed's going to raise rates, let's say they raise rates in March. Let's say that's your first rate hike is in March. Then the market is going to say, okay, there's our first rate hike. We got 2 to go. We're at a 0.5, a 0.25 to 0.35 federal funds rate. We're going to be at 0.9 by the end of the year. Okay, the markets are going to expect those rate hikes to be spread out throughout the year, not jam-packed together. So your second Fed meeting, that's going to be the Fed meeting that no one's going to, or the market rather, is going to not expect a rate hike. If the Fed gives you 2 consecutive meetings, back-to-back rate hikes of a quarter point, 0.25% or 0.25%, okay, 25 basis points. If they get 2 back-to-back, that's going to scare the market, because then you're going to say to yourself, well, hold on a second. It's only May, June, and we're already at 2 hikes. We're already at, 50 basis points to 60 basis points on the federal funds rate. We only have 1 rate to go, but there's still 6-7 months left. That's going to worry the market. Again, my opinion. The market's going to read that as the Federal Reserve is now in a rush. And if the markets believe the Federal Reserve is in a rush, that's going to pull forward the possibility of a 4th rate hike, maybe a 5th rate hike. And the market is not going to like that, because as long as the Fed stays on their pace, that means they still do not believe they're behind on inflation. That means the Fed believes they're still in front of it. Once the Fed has to speed up their pace, that's going to be a signal to the market the Fed is behind. Then the markets are going to go down. My highest conviction trade next year is if you get 2 back-to-back rate hikes from the Fed, is to buy put options and hold those put options for at least 3 days, because I think you will get a significant pullback in the markets if the Fed does that. That's going to scare the markets. And then Jerome Powell and company are going to have to come out. They're going to have to make public statements to calm the markets down. But that will scare the markets enough to where I think you get multiple days of downside. And that is going to be one of my highest conviction trades for next year. Write this down. Joseph and Simon, you guys don't have to write it down. You're going to be with me in chat. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing before I actually do it, just like we do every single day in chat. Everybody welcome Joseph and Simon. There's now only 23 of those laptops left, folks. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. Get educated, folks. I'm telling you, next year is the year of the active trader. Next year is the year of the active trader. The volatility next year is going to play into our favor. Also, welcome Ben and Jordan. Ben and Jordan, now there's only 21 laptops left. Everybody welcome Ben and Jordan. Guys, ttgoffer.com, coupon code TTG121. Tonight is the last night you have to get a membership under $1,200. After midnight Pacific tonight, the price goes up. Tonight's the last night to get it for under $1,200. All right. So there you have it, folks. All right, there's my view kind of on the markets, the final week of the year, kind of a bigger macro outlook for what I think is going to happen next year. And two of my top sector picks next year are going to be the financials and healthcare. And as we get into the end of this week, I will give you guys a list of a couple of stocks that I like for next year that I think will outperform the overall market. That's all we're looking for. How can we outperform the overall markets? I'll give you guys a handful of stocks that I believe over the next year or so can outperform the broader markets. We can also welcome Robert to the trial membership. Robert, okay, welcome to the trial. You guys can try out our 1 week trial. It is a one-time non-recurring payment of just $3. You can go to ttgthree.com. All right. Now let me show you guys the platform. I told you earlier I was going to show you guys the platform that is TTG, all the tools, the resources you guys have access to. Let me actually show you what these tools look like that you guys are having access to, because remember, it's an all-inclusive membership. Everything I'm about to show you is included with your membership. You do not pay $1 extra for anything I'm about to show you. All right. You've got our trading performance journal. This is going to help you guys track your stock option and crypto, even futures trading, and show you real data and statistics on your trading so we can figure out where you're making mistakes. You're also going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, live breaking up to the second news alerts directly inside of your chat. No delay. You guys want to trade like pros, you got to get news as fast as the pros. This allows you to do that. Then you've got quote streams, full book level 2. You can see all the market makers. It's part of a simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, so you can practice what you're learning in the courses. You've got our trade ideas scanner, which shows you what stocks make new highs, new lows, have a surge in volume. And it's broken up into small caps, mid caps, and large caps. So no matter what you trade, we can make sure you focus on the hottest stocks during the day. We just added real-time options flow and dark pool data as well. Guys, this is stuff that used to only be available to professionals on Wall Street. Not anymore. Now it is at the fingertips of our TTG members. This is how we empower the retail trader, by giving you access to the tools, resources, and education as the professionals on Wall Street. We also have our own proprietary scanner, which has the same functionality as FinViz Elite, if you're familiar with that scanner. But with our scanner, you can actually click on any stock and get unlimited downloadable PDF reports on all of the analyst ratings for that stock. Wouldn't it be nice before you buy a stock to check and see how many analysts also agree with you that it's a good buy at this point? What's their price target? This will give you that information, all included on your dashboard for $11.98 for the whole year. Then we have our social sentiment scanner. This tracks Reddit, stock twits, and Twitter, and tells you what stocks are being mentioned the most. This helps you stay ahead of the crowd. You get TradingView's Pro Plus charting software. It's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. You get a minimum of at least 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of professional traders sporting over an 80% win rate. We're fully transparent, folks. Every buy and every sell that all of our mods make is right here in this journal. You can go and check for yourself. How would you be doing if you followed all of our trade alerts? Then you get those 2 small private study groups that I told you about to help really speed up that learning curve. Then you have our courses. The courses that you're going to get access to, guys, is a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund. There are no upsells for additional pro or VIP level courses. When you join TradingView's platform, you get access to every single course we have. Beginner and foundation courses advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto. It's all in text and video format, whichever is easier for you guys to learn. Then you have, in addition to the courses, a video library with over 100 hours of additional educational video content, like how to grow a small account, how to try to work in a full-time job, intro to options, how to resist FOMO and have confidence pulling the trigger, just to name a few. And then, of course, access to our chat room, where you guys, the mods and I, it's myself and 8 other professional traders, folks, in chat with you all day from pre-market till after hours. We are sharing our screen with you so you see what we see. We are live on the microphone, providing real-time audio analysis. I tell you what I'm doing before I do it. Okay, my TG fam, true or false? Do I or do I not come on the microphone and tell you what stock, what price, what I'm buying, where's my stop loss, where's my profit targets? I give you the entire plan before I actually enter the trade. You can also DM any one of the moderators during the day and ask questions. We are there with you throughout the entire trading day. Guys, take advantage of this offer. I'm telling you guys this now. Go to ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121. Our goal is to disrupt this entire industry. Our goal is to empower the retail trader, to level the playing field for the retail trader, to give the retail trader access to the same information and tools and resources that professional traders get access to, all while giving you a full money-back guarantee. But not just any money-back guarantee. If you missed it earlier, I'm telling you now, results matter at True Trading Group. I put my money where my mouth is, and I am so confident in our ability to help you succeed that as long as you are willing to commit to going through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group, if you do those 3 things and still do not make your membership fee back at least once, that's $11.98. Not only will I give you the $11.98 back in full, I'm going to give you an extra $1,000 on top. I'm not kidding. It's on the website right there in plain black and white. I'm going to give you back $2,198 because that is how much I believe in the TGD platform's ability to help you guys become successful. Nobody, no group, no service, no program would offer you the same money back guarantee that we are offering you now because very simply, they're not as confident in their ability to help you succeed as we are. If you fail, we are going to lose money. And that is all of the incentive that I need to make sure that you have access to the tools, the resources, the guidance, the education, and the mentorship you need to become successful. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot, folks. Go check them out. 1,400 people have taken time out of their day to leave us a review on Trustpilot. Go read them. There's no better review from one of you than from one of your peers. If you guys have questions about the membership, you're having a hard time signing up, text, do not call. Text 201-775-9702. That phone number is at the bottom of your screen. Guys, go to ttgoffer.com. Enter the coupon code TTG121. You're going to get that 45% discount, the 2 small private study groups, the chance to earn the free laptop, and that money back guarantee with an extra $1,000 on top. Tonight is your very last night to get a TGD membership for less than $1,200. After midnight Pacific tonight, that price is going up. All right. And then don't forget, we have the 1-week trial. For the trial membership, you can go to ttgthree.com. Papa Giordana says TTG is the greatest investment any investor could ever make. Boom. All right. There it is, folks. Best move you'll ever make, says Maria Hart. If you guys have the time to learn, the $100 a month is nothing. I'm not paid to say that. I believe it. Watch this stream a while, and if you're not convinced. All right, folks, there you have it. Join now. There's no reason to wait, says Christina Farakis. So there you have it, folks. If you take the time to learn the material, you are likely never going to qualify for a refund. I have now made my lifetime membership twice over just the last week alone from K-Rock. Signed up at the end of August, says J-Rod, and I signed up to become a lifetime member by October. Teaching made a difference in my trading education and it changed my life, says Memphis Street Doc. Chris Botza says very blatantly, join people. No problem, Christina. I'm happy to say it correctly. TTG members, real quickly, the members of True Training Group. Okay. The holiday sale for the lifetime membership and for the renewals is most likely going to be over tomorrow. Okay. So just real quickly, for those of you, okay, most likely will be over tomorrow. If you're interested in the lifetime membership or you guys want to renew your membership early, that's most likely over tomorrow. Guys, real quickly, I'm sorry I forgot. The code word for tonight, the code word for tonight. If you're not a member, don't worry about it. You don't know what I'm talking about. This is part of our giveaways. We do fun giveaways with our members. If you are a member, the code word is quickly. Okay. The code word tonight is quickly. Okay. The code word is quickly. Okay. Quickly. All right. There you have it, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. You're the best. I love you all. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, show me some love. And of course, turn on your notifications. Don't ever miss these lives. We're always giving out free golden nuggets and lessons that can help you guys become better traders. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Let's finish the final trading week of the year on a high note. We've been a monster month of December. Let's keep that momentum going into the end of the year. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow.